Kadlec Regional Medical Center is widely recognized for providing high-quality patient care. Over the past 10 years, Kadlec has grown substantially and expanded the services they provide. This has meant less Tri-Cities residents have had to leave the area to get the medical attention they need. But it also has meant residents of small outlying cities are coming here more often for life-saving procedures.
Pedestrian-oriented commercial neighborhoods were an important part of how Richland was developed during the war years of the 1940s. Citizens did not have to travel far for their needs to be met. But as Richland grew, so too did the distances citizens needed to travel to find the services they needed. However, beginning in the 1990s, the city recognized that to have successful long-term growth, it would have to look back at its roots and develop plans, zoning codes, and work with community partners to change the face of Richland. In 2010, Richland City Council selected the Swift Corridor as a focused area for redevelopment, due in large part to public institutional property ownership patterns, proximity to the waterfront, and the medical center. The revitalization project is a multi-year commitment for planning, property transactions, infrastructure, and mixed-use private components to implement the city's strategic plan.
The vision for the street is a mixed-use civic campus. The city has a need to replace some of our own facilities, much like we did with the library. Our city hall is aging, our central fire station is aging, the infrastructure, for instance, the street is probably wider and has more traffic lanes than are needed. So we think we can do some work with our aging facilities and some reconfiguration of the street to produce more of an urban environment, which is what private owners and citizens and others are telling us that they'd like to see in this area.
Work that included reworking land use and zoning regulations, making improvements to streetscapes and infrastructure upgrades that will help facilitate private reinvestment. The Central Business District's largest employer and landowner is Kadlec Regional Medical Center. When city staff started rezoning the entire business district, they worked very closely with Kadlec to make sure their needs were met within the framework of the city's vision for the Swift Corridor. And now you can see this planning taking shape on the corner of Gilmore and Swift. Kadlec is building an extended stay hotel that will provide a place for families and friends to stay while their loved ones is receiving first-class medical care.
Kadlec has become more of a regional referral center, meaning there are specialty services that we provide that draw patients from not only throughout the Tri-Cities, but a larger geographic region down into places like Pendleton and Hermiston, LeGrand, Baker City, for services such as neonatal intensive care or cardiac or neurosurgery.
Stay time for patients recovering at Kadlec can vary from a few days to several weeks. The commute time to and from the hospital for families who have had to travel hours to receive care can be stressful for both the family and the patient. Kadlec strongly believes that a patient's healing process doesn't end after their procedure is finished, and that the road to a rapid and healthy recovery is accelerated by the love and compassion of being surrounded by your loved ones.
The hotel is just another example of the whole concept of making sure that the family is at the center of the care and the patients are at the center of the care.
And while the hotel project is exciting for Kadlec and the communities they serve, it is also great news for the city of Richland.
Seeing Kadlec demolish, an outdated structure and plan for a multi-story extended stay hotel that's consistent with our planning documents, it's exciting for sure. And to see that kind of work go up points that I think the city has done something right.
The hotel will be similar to ones at Virginia Mason in Seattle and Sacred Heart in Spokane. Kadlec says they are not venturing into the hospitality field and explain that upon completion, they will engage a person or company in the hotel operation industry to operate the hotel for them. Kadlec also adds that while patients and their families are the focus of the hotel, excess capacity will be opened up to the general public.
What Kadlec has done for our central business district is more than any one entity has done over a series of decades. They're a very important partner for us, and as we continue to build towards our vision for the Swift Corridor.